Well, I am finally meeting.
Bravo, man.
Listen to this.
Come on.
You're complimenting me. I'm so honored.
It's a good effort, really good effort.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for you, so thank you so much for that.
My pleasure, man.
You've had 17 years of playing one of the most beloved characters in all of comics.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's going to come to an end.
Yeah.
What are you going to miss the most about no longer playing Logan?
When I saw the movie, I was really clear it was the last one, and then I was so happy and grateful to Fox that they were like, go for it. When I came, with Jim and I, we came up with the idea. They were like, go and make it. And we were supportive from the beginning, and I was nervous. It was personal. When I saw the movie, I was like, I just love this. I love that character. I've loved playing it. So it's always with me, but I'll miss it at times, But I feel like I'm part of that family. This movie, in a way, is a love letter to the fans. It's who I speak to, if not every day, every other day of my life, because they never hold back.
That's right.
Ever. They tell me exactly how it is. Even after the first X-Men Origins Wolverine, they were like, dude.
I found a lot of things to like about that movie. So,
I know, but people will pick, and I think one thing overall they've always said, the Berserker Rage, we're going to ride this. We haven't just seen the really
unleash the
greedy,
animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we've just created a world where you see him realistically at that bottom, and what the weight of being Wolverine is that allows him to.
You did it. I was very impressed.
Thank you, man.
I've been a huge fan of the X-Men since I was a young teenager in the early 80s, reading the comics.
Right.
10 years later, the cartoons.
Yes.
10 years after that, the movies. And then when X3 came out, I started hearing that I kind of looked like you.
Yeah.
Which was funny because I was clean-shaven, shorter hair.
Really?
And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do this as a Halloween costume. It was a big hit.
Nice.
A few years later, by a very strange twist of fate, I accidentally discovered the world of cosplay. And it's just been a life-changing event in a very positive way ever since.
That's awesome.
And I think about myself, my God, what a boring life I would have had the last few years were it not for cosplay. And again, I owe this to you. And I know that you got the role by a strange twist of fate, too. Yeah. It's just unbelievable because I can't imagine anybody else playing it now.
Yeah.
But it was originally going to go to somebody else.
Dougray Scott.
Right, Dougray Scott. Do you ever sit back sometimes and think about that twist of fate and how life might be different?
Fully.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing to me how, when you look back and you think how chain of events happened, there were 3 or 4 such random or near impossible things for me to get that film. And what a lot of people don't know, and I'll tell you, is the reason I was in LA at the time, when I went in for that meeting, 9 months after my first audition, was that I was there to finalize the adoption of my son.
Wow.
So if I hadn't have been there for that this would never have happened. And I somehow believe there's a destiny, there's something, it's just meant to be.
When you hear something like that, how can you not believe that?
Right. That's one of
that's
5
stories.
things.
Wow, God bless your son for that. That's awesome.
I agree. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Well, speaking of cosplay, I imagine you've seen a lot of us dudes dressing up like you.
Yes.
How does that make you feel to see this?
The first time I went to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it because I was there for a movie called Van Helsing.
Uh-huh.
And I remember
great movie, by the way.
Thanks. I was sitting up on the panel. It was a big thing. And they were wanting to all of a sudden I looked down and there are like 8 guys, exactly like you, jacked, ripped, Wolverine, shouting and yelling through the entire panel. And then every question was, yeah, tell me how to look. And I could just see all the creators of Van Helsing going, really? Like, come on. But I kind of loved it. One day I'm going to go through Comic-Con with a mask on my face and just sort of go for it. That'd be fun.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not. Supposedly you went to the one in 2013, which was my first one.
Yes.
Dressed as Wolverine, and people said, oh, no, you're too tall. You're not him. They didn't believe it was you. Did that really happen?
No, I joked that if I did, people would be like, dude, you're way too tall.
Yeah.
Because if people say to me, like, that's not you, right? You're way too tall.
Right.
In the first movie, they made everyone taller than me. I was shorter than everyone except the kids. People who were on platforms, I was in ditches, I never had my shoes on. I would bend my legs to be shorter than everybody. Mm-hmm. Gradually, they kind of let go of that. But
well, you've really redefined the look of the character, because as you know, the character in the comics is like a foot shorter than you.
Yeah,
so,
right.
and the fact that you've done more comic book movies than any other actor,
right.
You're the only person to play Wolverine.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel about your accomplishments?
Really proud.
You know,
I'm really proud of it, and I'm really grateful for it. I love this character, and to be really honest with you, man, like, this film feels the most personal. It's a really daunting thing when you know you're leaving and you want to leave in a way that feels definitive and makes you feel at peace.
And really make an impact.
I wouldn't have said it was my last one if I didn't feel at peace. Like, it's not that I was wanting to be perfect or go, that's perfect, but I did want to feel at peace, like I've given everything I could give. And I've left it all there in the movie, and that's what I feel, and that's what I'm really proud of.
Well, that's good. You can't ask for more than that.
Thanks,
True.
Lon.